Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. So I thought I'd share some thoughts on stick technique today and then give you an exercise to work on to improve your dexterity and your facility with the drumsticks. So the first thing I want to say about the way that I think is best to use the drumsticks, to hold the drumsticks, is I think American grip is ideal. Now, a lot of drum instructional videos on YouTube kind of blur the distinction between German grip and American grip, but they're totally different grips. So I've seen some drum instructional videos where the teacher will say something like, I play German grip, and then they'll show you the stick and it'll be like that. I play German grip and here's how I hold the stick. But this is not German grip. This is German grip only to the extent that the fulcrum is between the thumb and the index finger, which is usually how it is in German grip. But check this out. This is German grip. That's German grip. Not this, this. So when you're playing German grip, your hand, the palm of your hand has to be facing totally down. And this is actually in much rarer usage than you might think. There are not a ton of guys who play pure German grip anymore, which is like that. That's German grip. German grip isn't like somewhat your palm is facing down. Somewhat, it's completely facing down. So that's like that. This grip used to be much more in vogue, but it's hard to play really fast stuff with German grip. It's easy to play nice and loud, but it's not as easy to play fast and finesse stuff. So the French grip is the opposite end of the spectrum. The French grip is like this, and a lot of people say the French grip is an unrealistic grip to play because you have to go like that, but that's not the motion you use for French grip. French grip is not like this, like a cutting motion. French grip is a turning motion, like that. So French grip is really, that's the motion you're doing. You can see it from this, that kind of, it's coming from up here to down here. And the only reason that's different is because I'm not exaggerating as much. But it's a very natural grip to do. There's nothing that, you shouldn't harm yourself playing French grip. It's not like a terrible grip to use. It's a great grip. That's French grip. You can use your wrist, but it's a wrist turn. It's an ulnar rotation. I think that's what they call it. So it's like that. It's like you're like a backhand smack almost. Like that. So those are the two extremes really, German and French for match grip. Most guys, most of the people we think of as like absolute masters of chops, like the fastest drummers, if you slow down their videos, so when I think of the really fast guys, I think Tony Royster Jr., Ronald Bruner Jr., Buddy Rich, Joe Morello. For the latter two, obviously, we have to disregard the traditional for now. But if you watch their match grip hand, almost always when they're playing really fast stuff, it's an American. So what is American grip? American grip is not German, not like that. It's not French, it's not like that. It's right in the middle. It's like a 45, I think that would be 45-degree angle. So it's not, let's say this is a plane. This stick is a plane on the ground. It's not 90 degrees, that's French. It's not whatever that would be, 180 or 0 degrees. I'm bad at math. It's like this, it's like at a 45-degree angle. That's American. So your hand's like that, then you take the stick. That's American. Not that, that's German. That, it's American, it's right in the middle. The other thing with this grip that's very important, this is an explanation of how I hold the sticks based on my favorite drummers that I've watched trying to emulate their technique. The other thing is that it should be an extension of your arm, the drumstick. See that, how there's a straight line between my arm, my forearm that is, and my drumstick. It's like that. And I think that that's because if it's not in a straight line with your arm, it's going to be working at cross purposes with the structure of your body, really. So you'll watch some guys and the stick will be going in a different direction than the arm is. So it looks kind of awkward and it might work for them, but it's not as easy to control. The other reason it's not as easy to control is because if it's going a different direction, your fingers have to work in a motion that's not in line with the way your wrists might be moving. Whereas the stick is an extension of your arm, your fingers can go with your wrist motion, like completely. There's no tension between the two, between the motion of your fingers and the motion of your wrist. So some other guys who you'll see this extension of the arm with are Simon Phillips. If you watch his rudimentary videos, you can tell because his pinky is like totally inactive. And what that indicates is that he's not wrapping it around, bringing it into a different angle. It's like the pinky is almost off the stick for Simon Phillips. People say that's bad, but it's not bad because he's ensuring that it's a direct line so that he has maximum control and maximum finesse available to him with his fingers. So how I play faster stuff is via American grip, like that, not German, not French, right in between, like that, so that you can access the fingers and you can play your wrist. That's a little bit on technique. So I think that is a grip that if you're not sure how to hold the sticks, if you're just starting out, I would recommend the American grip. And the essentials there, again, are making sure the stick is a direct extension of your arm and making sure that you're at like a 45-degree angle with an imaginary plane. So your hand, if you take the stick off it, should be like at an angle like that, rather than that or that, more like that. Those are the essentials of American grip. And then the other essential of stick technique is don't grip the sticks too hard. That doesn't mean you have to have a big space. I see a lot of people say you need a big space. That's the only indication that you're holding the sticks loose. That's not true. That just means, look at this, there's no space here, but I'm not holding the stick at all. I've just closed the gap, but there's no tension whatsoever. So just make sure you don't have tension. One way to beginning to make sure you won't have tension is to have a gap there, but you don't need that gap to ensure there's no tension. Just don't hold the stick too hard. That's all I want to say about stick technique. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and now I want to share with you an exercise that I think will help build up your finesse with the drumsticks and your speed with the drumsticks. So this is a very simple exercise, 4 bars. The first bar is 4 paradiddles, counted as 16th notes. The second bar is just single stroke rolls. The third bar is 2 paradiddle diddles starting with the right hand, and then a paradiddle starting with the right hand. And then the fourth measure is mirroring the third measure, but starting with the left hand. Paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle. This is what it sounds like, and I'll count the first 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's it. I like this exercise because it gets you practicing your singles, gets you practicing your paradiddles, and it gets you practicing your paradiddle diddles. So 3 of the most important rudiments there are for you to incorporate into your drumming vocabulary. So I'll just show you what that sounds like, and I'll speed it up a little bit as we go. And I messed up. So that's a really simple exercise, really fun exercise. Practice your American grip. Make sure the sticks are a nice extension of the arm. Don't hold too tight, and have fun practicing. The other thing that helps when you're practicing is to have the pads set on a surface in front of you so that you're not awkwardly bringing your arms back. So this wasn't ideal for this demonstration, but thank you guys so much for watching, and hope you have a great day.